Today we'll be cooking this super easy, classic, delicious meatloaf. That's on Camp Cooking with the HennaBears. Oh hi, and welcome back to Camp Cooking with the HennaBears. I'm Dave, and if you haven't been to our channel before, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the bear down in the corner of the screen. And today we're going to be making the most fabulous meatloaf, and it's very easy and very quick. So let's get cooking. We're going to start off with our ground beef. Let's pop that in the bowl. Now again, we always get ours from the butcher, because it has a much lower water content and a little higher fat content, which means you're going to get less of that yucky liquid that comes out and more of the fabulous flavor. And then to this, I'm going to add, my butcher sells sausage meat by the tube. So let's squish that out. There we go. Now I had this left over from our Christmas hamper that we got from the butchers. There we go. So that's our pork sausage meat. And then to this, I'm going to add a couple of stalks of celery that I've just chopped finely. We just like the flavour. If you want to have a bit more texture, you can just chop it a little bit more coarsely. And here I have an onion that I've chopped up. That goes in the bowl too. And now I have about 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs. Now what I actually do is I do half and half breadcrumbs and oatmeal. So let's pop that in. There we go. And the next thing is our eggs. Pop those in, 2 eggs. Yep, 1. And 2. And let's put our seasoning in. Of course, a good couple of pinches of our seasoning mix, which again is salt, pepper, onion granules, garlic granules, and celery salt. A nice bit of that in. I would say about a tablespoon. And then our liquid bits we're going to pop in. A good splash of Worcestershire sauce. And then the bit that gives it all the flavour. A can of cream of tomato soup, the condensed variety, and I'm going to use about 3/4 of a can. There we go. And now this is the fun part. Hands. Let's get in there and start mixing. It might be a good idea to take you for your wedding ring before this, but I forgot to do it. So let's give it all a good mix together. If you have kids, they love doing this. I'm a big kid, so I love doing it. Let's squish between your fingers. You've got to mix that pork and the beef all together. Don't lose your wedding ring, otherwise you'll never hear the last of it. And there we go. Right, you could just shape this onto a baking sheet. I like to have a proper loaf shape, so I have a couple here ready, because I find that this mixture usually does about 2. So there we go. I've put in one of these cake liners or bread liners already, because it saves washing up and it's so much easier to get it out. So let's pop it into there and into the other one. Make sure it's even. make sure you push it down so it's quite firm. That way you get a nice firm meatloaf when you're finished. This one also. There we go. Now, this one here is going to go in the oven now for today. This one here is just going to go in the Ziploc bag and go into the freezer, and it makes a wonderful quick midweek dinner. So this one about 180 degrees in the oven, and I would say from 1 hour to an hour and a half. Do check it. Now, so let's pop that in the oven right now. I'm going to pop it on the baking sheet and into an oven, like I said, at about 180. So that's done. Now, this one is going to go into the freezer. Now, remember we have a little bit of the cream of tomato soup left. This is going to become a glaze. So let's give that a little squirt of tomato ketchup just to give it a little bit of a zing. And then about a teaspoonful of coarse French mustard. There we go. And give that a good mix. Now if you wanted to, you could put some Tabasco in with this, which would give it a real zip and a little bit of heat. There we go. So now we have our glaze, and that's going to go on. If you were to put it on now, it would burn on top of the meatloaf. So let's wait until about 20 minutes before it's finished, and then we'll just glaze it. So we'll see you in about 20 minutes. Okay, so the meatloaf's about 20 minutes away from being done, so it's time to put on our glaze. It smells delicious already. Let's smear this over the top. There we go, now back into the oven for the final 20 minutes. So here we go. We've let our meatloaf sit for about 10 minutes before we took it out of the tin and start slicing. So there it is, our gorgeous, quick and easy meatloaf. I hope you enjoy. If you do, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the bear down in the corner, and also hit the little bell so that you get a message every time we release a new video. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Camp Cooking with the HennaBears. Oh, it's so good.